God is a God of abundance. Everything that He offers you is in abundance. He wants you to be fruitful. He makes you fruitful because this is His heart's desire. You don't have to plead with Him, but very often we start pleading with God because we see that our lives are kind of dry. So we ask God, make me fruitful, as if that was not His desire. But let me show you a Bible verse that will literally take away those thoughts, those lies from your mind. Those lies will literally evaporate from your mind. John chapter 15 verse 2 says, He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit He prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. So in every season, you are fruitful. In every season, you are fruitful. And what bears fruit, He prunes it. So those moments where you feel like you are not bearing fruit is actually Him pruning you so that you will bear even more fruit. Now the question is, do we realize that He is pruning us so that we will bear more fruit? Because if not, we will start thinking that the enemy is attacking us. Meanwhile, God is the keeper of the vineyard. Verse 1 says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the keeper of the vineyard. God's plan for your life is always to bear fruit. It's always to increase, always to be abundant. God is a God of abundance. So wherever you are lacking, God wants to fill you up. Because this is the whole reason why there is a lack in the first place. If there is a void, it is only because God wants to fill you up. It's not for the purpose of staying empty, but for the purpose of being filled up to the overflow. As I was saying in previous videos, we are in a time where God works on the soil of our hearts. So realizing the season that we are in makes it be successful, because whenever the enemy comes with a lie, I can reject it because I know what God is up to. I know what He's doing in my heart. I know that He's removing things. I know that He's removing bitterness, resentment. I know that He will put His finger on things that I did not face up until now. He will challenge me to see them. He will challenge me to grow. He will challenge me to let go of certain things. But that's for the purpose of being fruitful. If we go back to Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, we see that this is God's vision for humanity. This Bible verse says, and God blessed them. And God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion. This is what God has in mind for you. Multiplication, dominion, and overflow. Genesis chapter 9 verse 7 says, as for you, be fruitful and increase in number. Multiply on the earth and increase upon it. Genesis chapter 17 verse 6, I will make you exceedingly fruitful, and I will make you into nations, and kings shall come from you. There is a vision. There is a plan that God has for you. When we carry bitterness and resentment in our hearts, it's because we lose sight of what God is doing. We think that He has no plan for us. When God calls you, there is a deep desire to please Him, to be in communion with Him, to be recognized by Him, to know that He knows you and He has a plan for you. When you feel ignored and you feel like every attempt to connect to God is laid upon your shoulders, you become resentful when you feel that He is ignoring you. You try to reach out to Him through fasting, through prayer, through your own efforts, and the results are not satisfying. Whenever we fail to connect to God and we feel ignored by Him for a long period of time, there is a root of bitterness growing in our hearts, and this root of bitterness brings destruction. It's not that God does not want to bless us, but when we open up to the lie that God does not want to connect to us, we become bitter. And this root of bitterness is very hidden, is very difficult to get out, because how are you going to blame a God that is perfect? In your mind and in your heart, you know that He is perfect, but still you have something against Him. You are blaming Him for what's happening to you. A lot of things are happening in an individual's life. We live in a fallen world, but God still has a purpose for us and a plan. If we stop believing that God has a plan for us, we are going to collapse. The enemy starts to plant a lot of lies in our mind, and we can easily accept them because if God has no plan for you, what else can you believe? But why is God doing this? He wants to remove the ground that you are standing upon that tells you that by your own efforts, you can connect to God. He wants to establish this relationship with you. But if the establishment starts on the ground that tells you that by your own efforts, you can connect to God, you will not be able to sustain it long term. At some point, it will collapse due to spiritual warfare, due to temptation. So what he does is he removes everything that makes you believe that what you do is connecting you to God. If God has a plan for you, the first thing that he will do is to remove this ground, to remove this false belief that he connects to you, he holds you, he has a plan for you because of what you do, because of your thoughts, because of your efforts, because you pray and fast. None of these things make God come to you. God can't build on sinking ground. Your beliefs are sinking ground. And before he starts building, before he elevates you, before he increases you, he removes those beliefs just for the sake of you being established. That's how God establishes you, because he wants to make you fruitful. John chapter 15 verse 4 says, "Remain in me, as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. Remain in me, as I also remain in you." So it's not only about God filling you, him being in you, but you in him. You need to be in him. Let me read verse 5 to you as well. "I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me, and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing." So how can you be fruitful? How is God making you fruitful? If you are in him and he in you. So it means that when he fills you, you need to pour back into him your thoughts, your emotions, your desires, but only after he has poured into you. You are not fruitful by your own. You are only fruitful if the belief is in you that you are rooted within him. The Father is the soil. Jesus is the vine, and you are the branches. So the branch does not bear fruit because it decides to do so, but because it's rooted in the soil, because it's connected to the vine. For you to be fruitful, you need to know that God has blessed you, that he does not ignore you, that he has a plan for you. Because if this belief is not rooted in your heart, then you will start to believe the enemy's lies. And these are so hidden. You can't even see that they are there. Deception is subtle. You don't realize that it's there because otherwise you would not be deceived.